How do I find the right pastor? Apostle Paul in 1 Timothy is giving Timothy instruction on how to govern the church. So in that instruction, we really do get criteria for how do we know that we are sitting under the right pastor. You may charge some that they may teach no other doctrine, nor give heed to fables and endless genealogies. So he's telling us, don't sit under a pastor that is teaching fiction, things that you know that are not in the Bible. But the other part is that he said, don't sit under a pastor that is teaching genealogy. What we learn is that once you come to faith, you are Abraham's seed and heirs to the promise. What that means is Jew and Gentile are treated the same. Rather, godly edification, which is in faith. Now, the purpose of the commandment is love from a pure heart, from a good conscience, and from sincere faith. He said that the pastor that you are meant to sit under should be preaching love God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. The person of God that is going to be leading you to build a personal relationship with God. How do we recognize when we are sitting under wrong leadership? From which some, having strayed, having turned aside to idle talk, desiring to be teachers of the law. He said the wrong pastor for you is going to be concentrating on teaching you the law. He said that pastor is going to be teaching you the law over building a relationship with God. Why is that? He said, knowing that the law is not made for a righteous person. Who is the righteous person? Once I come to faith and acknowledge that Christ was born, he died, and he resurrected for the purposes of forgiving my sins. I acknowledge that on the cross there was an exchange. He that knew no sin took on sin so that I could take on the righteousness of God. So the law is not made for the person that has faith in Jesus, but for the lawless and insubordinate, for the ungodly and for sinners, for the unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for fornicators and sodomites and kidnappers. The law is made for the people that don't have faith in Jesus, but the law is also for the system that is contrary to sound doctrine. So the pastor for you, the pastor for me, is going to be the person that is teaching me how to connect with God with my heart, my mind, and my soul, so that I experience the ascension of the Holy Spirit inside of me. And the pastor that teaches from the law is teaching harmful, false instruction.